ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Pottsville School Board, Superintendent Larry Duggar, and High School Principal Jonathan Bradley, I would like to welcome you to the 2022 Pottsville High School Homecoming Ceremony. Please direct your attention to the center of the field for the presentation of the 2022 Homecoming Royalty. First is sophomore maid Emerson Corbin. Emerson is the daughter of Kurt and Ashley Corbin. She has attended Pottsville schools since kindergarten. Emerson is a representative of Student Council. She plays volleyball and basketball for PHS. Emerson is involved in New Life Church and is actively involved in ministry with her group. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with her friends, watching her dad coach college football at Arkansas Tech University, and reading. She is escorted by her father, Kurt Corbin. Sophomore maid, Emerson Corbin. Next is sophomore maid, Kelsey Hill. Kelsey is the daughter of Michelle Fryer. She has attended Pottsville schools since kindergarten. Kelsey is a cheerleader on the high school cheer team and is also a member of FCCLA. She attends New Life Church. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with family and friends, shopping and cheering on the Apaches. She is being escorted by Jeremiah McNeely. Sophomore maid, Kelsey Hill. Next is junior maid, Tawny Sweeten. Tawny is the daughter of Tim and Cretia Sweeten and is a big sister to Tate Sweeten. She has attended Pottsville schools since the 2nd grade. She is a member of the PHS volleyball and basketball teams. In her free time, Tawny enjoys spending time with family and friends, traveling, playing sports, and being outdoors. Tawny is a member of New Life Church in Russellville. She is escorted by her father, Tim Sweeten. Junior maid, Tawny Sweeten. Next is junior maid, Whitney Morris. Whitney is the daughter of Aaron and Vicki Morris. She has attended Pottsville schools since kindergarten. She is involved in FBLA, Beta, Student Council, CSU, and is a member of the Lady Apache volleyball team. Whitney is a member of Russellville First Assembly of God, where she is actively involved in her youth group and sings on the worship team. In her free time, she enjoys spending time with friends and family, traveling and shopping. She is escorted by her father, Aaron Morris. Junior maid, Whitney Morris. Next is senior maid, Harmony Garner. Harmony is the daughter of Lance and Brittany Garner. She has attended Pottsville school since kindergarten. Harmony is a member of Beta, FCCLA, and is on the Student Council. She is also on the senior high basketball team. Harmony is a member of First Baptist Church in Russellville and is actively involved in her youth group Elevate at Pottsville First Baptist. In her free time, she enjoys playing basketball, watching movies, and spending time with her family and friends. After graduation, she plans on attending the University of Central Arkansas and pursue a career in nursing. She is escorted by her father, Lance Garner. Senior maid, Harmony Garner. Next is senior maid, Allison Greathouse. Allison is the daughter of Lance and Nicole Greathouse. She has attended Pottsville schools since kindergarten. Allison is a member of Beta, FBLA, FCCLA, and involved in the Christian Student Union. She plays basketball for the Lady Apaches and runs in cross country and track. Allison is a member of First Baptist Church in Russellville and is actively involved in her youth group. In her free time, she enjoys getting ice cream, running, and shopping with her mom. After graduation, she plans on attending Arkansas Tech University and pursue a career as a pharmacist. She is escorted by her father, Lance Greathouse. Senior maid, Allison Greathouse. Next is senior maid, Emerson Stevens. Emerson is the daughter of Michael and Beth Stevens. Emerson has attended Pottsville schools since kindergarten. She is involved in Beta, FBLA, CSU, and is a player on the high school volleyball team. She is a member of Russellville First Baptist Church and is active in her youth group at Pottsville First Baptist. In her free time, she enjoys kayaking, watching movies, doing Bible study with her friends, and traveling with her family. After high school, she plans on attending college and pursue a career as an occupational therapist. She is escorted by her father, Michael Stevens. Senior maid, Emerson Stevens. Now at this time, Pottsville High School Principal Jonathan Bradley and the 2021 Homecoming Queen, Brooklyn Wittenberg, will crown our 2022 Homecoming Queen. The 2022 Pottsville High School Homecoming Queen is Emerson Stevens. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Queen Emerson and her court. Congratulations, ladies, on being selected.
Good evening. Welcome to John Needham Stadium in Pottsville, Arkansas. Pottsville Apaches at home for another conference matchup, this time taking on the Bauxite Miners, a team with a very deep tradition over the last several years as far as making the playoffs and even making pretty deep playoff runs. Coach Brian Rust is our guest on the Coach's Show, and Coach coming off a nice win against Mayflower. I think maybe that's all around the best game y'all have played this year.
It really was. Going into it, really nervous. They had several athletes that really scared us, and not knowing a lot of these teams we just hadn't played them, so we don't know kind of what they're all about. And you can watch film, but till you get down there on the field and actually in the middle of it, you don't really know what to expect. And our guys just keep improving every week. Defensively, I just feel like we've just really become a really, really good defensive team over the last several weeks, and we just keep getting more confidence, and that's huge. In the game of football is feeling good about what you're doing and knowing what you're doing, and it's going right and things are working, and you just feel better every week. And offensively, we've kind of been behind defense, and last week I really felt like we kind of starting to understand our identity and kind of what we do and what kind of team we are. Again, I think we wanted to be maybe a quick score, quick strike team. I think in our minds maybe we thought that's who we were, and it's just not. It's a sustained, doing it over and over again and being perfect at it. And I think we're getting closer and closer.
Love it when the defense comes out early and gets a scoop and score. That's got to make you feel good.
Absolutely, and again, we kind of some of those sophomores are really starting to understand the game a little bit. And of course, going into it, I knew, I've played enough sophomores in my life that never probably this many in the years I've been in it. But those guys just take a little time. It takes them a little seasoning to get them into the understanding of how high school football works and the speed of it and all that kind of stuff. But they're really starting to come around.
When we were happy to see the offense play a complete 4 quarters too. I thought that was the other thing. I thought the offense executed very well early. You also executed very well late in the game, and stayed with your game plan well.
It did, and I think Coach Jones has been harping on that. Kind of finishing up. We've had a lot of good halves this year already, and but having 4 quarters of sustained success is really kind of gotten by us a little bit, and really just feel like we came out and played hard the entire time, and didn't have any lapses offensively. So really proud of the guys.
Also, I see improvement as far as eliminating mistakes. What you have, I think, 4 penalties, which, I know any penalties are too many for a coach, but 4 in 4 quarters isn't that bad, is it?
It's not, and again, a couple of those are just still mental errors, and with not getting lined up on the line, kind of things like that. So, yeah, with what we do, you're going to have from time to time a holding call here, a holding call there, and as long as it's not one of those things that's just obvious. We get our hands outside and wrapped around or something. You're going to take a holding call every once in a while. It's what we do, and so understanding that, but anything under 5 penalty wise is, and especially if they're not, what we term, I guess, a personal type thing where, it's taken away from the team stuff, and it's just a good effort play, and we get a penalty. It's hard to get by those, and as long as they're those type penalties, we can deal with them.
First time I will have ever seen a Bauxite Miner team, probably the first time they've come to Pottsville. We don't impress them very much, do we?
I think they've been in the 7-4A, and we went through this. I guess it was several years back. Mina and Waldron were in the 7-4A for years, and then they came up to the 4-4A, and I think they thought that it was going to be a whole lot different for them, and it really wasn't. I've always said in this league, I really feel like there's a lot of really good coaches that, kind of understand what we have, and kind of what we do, and we're going to be good at what we do. And it's a whole different ball game. Down in the 7-4A, everybody runs a spread. This conference, you're looking at 4 or 5, power run teams, and that's a whole different thing you have to deal with.
As a matter of fact, the Miners, one of those teams that want to run from a spread, and they throw the ball pretty well, don't they?
They do. They've got a lot of athletes. The quarterback is really good. I've been real impressed by him on film. They got a few sophomores. One of them's like a 4'6" guy, and he catches the ball well. And they've got a couple running backs that are very, very elusive. So they've got a lot of talent. They play hard and they play physical ball. So it's a tough matchup for us tonight.
When they do put the ball on the ground to run it, their fullback's pretty good.
Oh yeah. They've got a couple kids that can really move and do some really good things. And like I said, we've shown that we can stop the spread this year, and so I'm feeling pretty good about that. But again, it's like last night we played junior high game over there. First time I'd been in the pit in all my years of coaching, and we go down there and we just absolutely dominated the entire first half, and we're up 14-0, and they have one successful play basically the entire half, and they just throw it up, and their number 2 catches it and scores. And you're sitting there like, man, we just absolutely dominated this entire half, and one play, and it's 14-8. And luckily our guys readjusted, and they had trouble stopping us, and we go score and kind of put it away. But that's with doing what they do and having the athletes they do. You can expect some big plays, and so we just have to sustain and not give them a lot of big plays.
That pretty much answers my next question about the key to victory for us is do what we do, and I guess not let them do something crazy.
That's right. Again, anytime you're playing a team like this, the reason they run the spread is trying to get their guys out in space, and they have a lot of speed. So if you allow them to catch the ball and run without anybody around, or if they're running their replays and nobody's around and they can just get downhill and use their speed, you're going to be in trouble. But having guys in the right spots and the things we've done all season, I feel like, doesn't allow them to get downhill quick and get out in the open field, and that's where they can be great. We have to stop them from doing that.
Did you like that highly technical football term I used about not letting them do anything crazy?
Yes, I like that. I like that. Let's not let them do anything crazy. I agree.
Coach Russ, thank you for your time. I'm Stephen Glenn. We'll be back with more on the pregame show. You're watching Pottsville Apache football on the Arkansas Sports. Now live at John Needham Stadium in Pottsville. The Pottsville Apaches hosting the Miners of Bauxite. And we have both teams completing their warm-ups, and they'll be back out onto the field ready to get the fun started this evening. Brother Jim Huffman joins us now as part of the pregame show. And, Brother Jim, I think tonight we are going to see probably the most passes we've seen at this field in a long time from the Miners.
Well, Steve, they are a slinging it football team, and but it's good to welcome the Bauxite Miners to Pottsville, Arkansas. Steve, as my understanding, this is the first trip for them, and we'll get to probably make a trip next year down to Bauxite. But we do welcome Bauxite tonight to John Needham Stadium. It is homecoming, Steve, for the Pottsville Apaches.
And congratulations to Emerson Stevens. She will be reigning as queen over the homecoming festivities tonight. When we first started doing these ball games, we used to get invited to everybody's homecoming.
Well, Steve,
that doesn't happen so much anymore.
Well, it don't, but I remember those days, the early years. We were everybody's homecoming queen or dance. So they were wanting to dance with the Pottsville Apaches, but not so much anymore.
Yeah, not so much. Not invited that way quite this much. Pottsville has won 2 games in a row. They are a 2-game conference winning streak. There's kind of a log jam right in the middle of the 4-4A. Haskell Harmony Grove is 3-0. The Lamar Warriors are 2-0. Those 2 teams are playing tonight. Now, I may have made a comment about a little home cooking at Haskell Harmony Grove. They are about to see home cooking. and we'll leave it at that. But those are the 2 teams that are undefeated in the league. I'm guessing with them being 3-0 and us being 2-0, Lamar being 2-0 and then us 2-1, I'm thinking we're Warrior fans tonight, aren't we?
We are. Go Warriors.
Yep, that's kind of what I thought. Let's see, and then who else in the conference? Well, two of the teams that are 2-1 are playing here tonight. Bauxite and Pottsville. Clinton also has a 2-1 record, so it's still a scramble right in the middle of the league for postseason play, as the footballs are being flown in. At least somebody's coming over with a parachute.
Well, those are Justin. What do you call those?
Paraglider.
Paragliders. And hey, Steve, there's a pair of gliders.
A pair of paragliders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be here all weekend. So the captains for both teams are meeting. Bryson Villarreal, Eli Nason, Alex Moats, and Cameron Teeter are the captains for the Apaches. Now, I'm not sure if you've had enough of the video yet to tell, so we'll just kind of lay it out there. The Bauxite uniforms, for my old eyes, are really difficult to read the numbers, so I'll apologize in advance because I'm just sure I'm going to get some of those wrong. Looks like Bauxite may well have won the toss. Looks like their captains are number 54, Nathan Buller, and number 63, Hunter Greer. Bauxite has said, we want the football to begin the ball game. No deferring, no nothing. Give us the ball, Mr. Official. Or what's the line from that song, The Boys of Fall, Sir, we'd like the ball?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So you got to love that. I did mention Pottsville at 2-1. The rest of the league still in the hunt is CAC. They are 1-2. We will see them next week. Dover, Mayflower, and Hall are all looking for their first conference win. Now, I told you Lamar and Haskell are playing tonight. You know about Pottsville and Bauxite. Mayflower is at CAC, with Mayflower picked to get their first conference win of the year by the good folks at Hooten's Arkansas football. Dover is at home with those delicious burgers. They also going to have a football game. They're going to be hosting Little Rock Hall as the Pottsville Apaches take the field, led out by the white-clad cheerleaders. Are we doing a whiteout today?
I think so, Steve.
Kind of looks that way. I didn't get the memo.
I didn't either.
That's all right. Dover is hosting Hall, and the Pirates also predicted to pick up their first conference win of the year. And, oh, by the way, the good folks at Hooten's Arkansas football likes Bauxite to win this game. So we are the immediate underdogs. I would say thank you to the Hooten's brothers, but I don't think they own the.
Well, they don't. Steve, I'm trying to remember the young man and his family that purchased that magazine. I know he is an alumni of, if I'm not mistaken, Pulaski Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
They did a very good job on the magazine. I do know that. So Bauxite will take the opening kick. The Apaches will line up in their home gold and black uniforms. The Miners will have a decided speed advantage of this game. Ryan Sanchez will be handling the kicking. On the near side, it's Jake Richards. I'm assuming he pronounced that's Richards, not Richard. It's a hockey player. If he was from Ozark, it might be Richard. So the sun has disappeared over the horizon at the last minute, so we're not going to have any trouble there. Just a beautiful football Friday night that we are blessed to be involved in. There's the run-up by the Apaches. High short kick is knocked around, and I think Pottsville recovered it at the 39-yard line. Trying to see who actually came up with that ball. Looked like it might have been, was it Draxton Mediano that got there on top of it?
Yeah, I believe it was number 19, Steve, for the Apaches.
So, yep, Mediano will get credit for the recovery. So Pottsville opens things up with a high short kick. Find that a little hard to believe that the Miners hadn't seen us do that before on video somewhere.
Well, we have done it quite a bit, but hats off to special teams to start the game off tonight.
Pottsville 1st and 10 at their own at the Bauxite 38. Out of the flex formation, give it to the fullback straight ahead. He keeps the legs turning across the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Bryson Villarreal, the ball carrier. Tackle is made by big number 72, Noah Adams, for the Miners.
Well, you say big. Noah Adams is a good-looking nose guard there for the Miners.
Well, he does look like a prototypical nose guard, too, doesn't he?
He does.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bauxite puts 6 men on the line of scrimmage. Second down and 5. Nason reads it on the keeper. He turned right, turned it up behind the guard and tackle, gets to the 30, and then not a whole lot more beyond that. He'll be close to but short of first down yardage.
Yeah, we're going to bring up 3 and about 3 or 2.
So this tackle will be credited to number 38, Tyler Adkins. Jackson Furr goes wide to the right for the Apaches on the third down and short. Third down and about 3. Motion man left to right. Bauxite jumps into the neutral zone. No flag as the right side defensive end did get back onside. Play clock down to 9. It's going to be Nason, the ball carrier, turns it up at the hash at the 29 to the 28 to the 27-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a heirloom legal 1st and 10.
Yeah, Steve, that was set up there by some good blocking there on that left side by that O-line for the Pottsville Apaches.
Ball is at the 26 of the Miners. 1st down and 10 for the Pottsville Apaches. I was looking around for a flag on that last play. I thought we might have come in motion, but we didn't. We might have this time.
Well, there you called it. There you called it, old prophet.
Yeah, toss sweep there. The toss was going to go to Ibarra, but it got interrupted immediately, and it is an offside call on the Miners.
Hey.
I got to get Coach Lee to explain to me. Maybe the rule in high school has changed where if there is a snap penalty on the defense, you stop the play. Because I kind of thought if it's on the defense, you let it go. But what do I know? Luckily, nobody gives me an official uniform. That'd be a disaster. 1st and 5, Apaches. And they're going to give it to Ibarra. Turns the corner, coming to the right, crosses the 20 to the 19. I don't think Nico got any further than the 19 on the 1st and 5. It'll be 2nd and 4. Tackle made by Robert Scudder, number 44. We'll call it about 2nd down and 4 after a short gain. 10:03 left to go, quarter number 1. This is the initial possession of the game. Jackson Furr splits out wide to the right. Open field on the short side left. Ibarra, the motion man, left to right out of the wing. Reverse coming with running room across the 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5 into the end zone. That is a touchdown. Colby Stevenson. No penalty flags on the play, so from the Cole Construction red zone, we have a Pottsville Apache touchdown brought to you by Roy's Heating and Air.
Well, Steve, I'm going to tell you what, we were talking about Stevenson before the game, and you had mentioned you need to get that guy the ball some more. You know, he might not be the fastest athlete out there, but you talking about a tough runner, and we saw it that time by Colby Stevenson.
Pottsville on to attempt the point after. Garon will get the kick on the way, and it is good. 9:45 left to go, quarter number 1. The Pottsville Apaches 7, the Miners nothing. We're back in 30 seconds.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
The Pottsville Apaches with a 6-play, 38-yard drive. The final 19 yards by Colby Stevenson. So that high short kick paid dividends.
Hey, what do you think they're going to do here, Steve?
High short kick maybe?
High short kick, one more time.
I'd say do it until they figure out how to stop it. Here it comes, same play. This time a fair catch is called and made by Bauxite, by Jorge Acosta. So that's one way to not give up yards, fair catch it. Although you would have to think that Bauxite would like to have returned the ball because of their speed advantage. Bauxite 1st and 10.
And, Steve, this is where the air attack comes. So our defensive secondary, we got to be in the ball game here.
Quarterback is Hunter Farrell. He's in the shotgun. As soon as we talk about throwing the ball, of course, they hand it off on the counter, crossing the 35 to the 37-yard line. Noah Britton, the ball carrier. Looked kind of like trap blocking on the inside, didn't it?
Yeah, and that Sanchez got the tackle that time for the Apaches.
This is a no-huddle, hurry-up team, or at least it's no huddle. Farrell back to pass, rolls the pocket to his left, looking deep. Stevenson in coverage, had that blanketed, and the ball is incomplete at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Stevenson did a good job that time, Steve, keeping that angle, that pursuit angle, but he wasn't going to let the receiver behind him.
If the ball had been on target, Stevenson and the football were going to arrive at the receiver at about the same time.
You bet.
He played that very well. 3rd down and 5. Miners have it at their own 38. Pistol formation, Farrell back to pass, now under pressure, rolls to the right, sends it out over the middle. The receiver is knocked down at the 35-yard line. Official was looking right at the play. Then he's going to rule it as incidental contact, I guess.
Wow, Steve, I thought he was going to throw the flag that time, but he kept it in his pocket, and I think Pottsville got away with one that time.
I'm sure Coach Perry across the way is not happy about it, and I frankly, I don't blame him. Speaking of home cooking. 4th down and 5. Miners line up to go for it. Trips to the right. Pottsville shows blitz. One wide out to the left. Single protector in the backfield. That means no tight end on the line of scrimmage. Play clock still has lots of time on it as Farrell steps up to call the protection and then backs up to 30 to take the pistol snap. Quick kick coming. End over end boot that Pottsville saw coming. A fair catch is called for and made with a little excitement at the 27-yard line. No return on the play. I want to say, was that Jaden Harris back there?
That was Jaden Harris, number 29.
So Jaden Harris called the fair catch. Bauxite trying to get a little tricky there, but Pottsville was waiting for it. So 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. The Apaches lead at 7-0. Boy, you'd like to get out early on these guys. Well, you like to get out early on anybody. What a football savant am I. Nason on the option read. Reed's handoff and running room across the 30 to the 33 to the 34-yard line. Bryson Villarreal picking up yards with good blocking and then picking up more yards on his own.
Yeah, I tell you what, that O-line, big number 55, Moats, and the rest of the crew there, they've got hat on hat. And they're giving up some size here, but just good technique, good blocking in the trenches.
Pickup is across the 34. Ball is between the 34 and the 35. Bauxite literally has 9 men in the box. And Pottsville still has success running right up the middle. Let's believe that's Villarreal again crossing the 35 to the 38-yard line. And that's going to be another heirloom legal 1st down.
Well, Steve, I want to give a little bit of history here. Actually, my in-laws both graduated from Bauxite High School back in 1957 and 1958.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Pam's mom and dad.
Pottsville has it 1st and 10. They're on the move in their own territory. Quick action right up the middle. And I do mean up the middle. Crossing midfield. Bryson Villarreal again. He'll cross the 46, almost to the 45-yard line. That's another heirloom legal 1st and 10.
Hey, the reason you have a hole like that to run through is because the offensive line on the left side that time, I mean, they said, boys, get out of the way, and they did that time.
Well, and I think that was one of those plays, and it's something I've talked about that I used to see a lot on the goal line. I think Eli Nason just went up under center, patted him on the back, and said, here we go. I'm following you straight ahead. And it worked. From the plus 45 now. Motion man comes right to left. Again, right up the middle. And again, Villarreal with plus yards, powering his way behind Moats, amongst others. Across the 40 to the 39. 7 yards in a cloud of turf.
Yeah. Steve, back in the day, you talk about that run up the middle. Back in the day, we had a thing called 20 wedge. And basically that's what it was. It was a fullback right up the gut. And, and that's what it looks like out there for the Apaches tonight.
7:30 to go. We're in the 1st quarter. The moon makes an appearance tonight over John Needham Stadium under a beautiful clear sky. 2nd down and 4. And, again, it's Villarreal getting a handoff, but this time the Miners had seen about enough. He's met right at the exchange point. No gain on the play.
Yeah, big number 38 for the Bauxite Miners.
Yep, that's Tyler Adkins. Sure. Cole Construction replay. coming for you on a good defensive play by the Miners. In fact, I think that play actually lost a yard back to the 40. 3rd down and 5. Motion man is Ibarra. Now he comes back to reset. He does have to get reestablished, which he does. 8 seconds on the play clock. And they're going to give it on the counter. Bauxite read this one coming. Colby Stevenson had nowhere to go on that one. That play is going to lose about 5. And I want to say that was number 72, Noah Adams, in the backfield making that play, and it'll bring up 4th down. Also Jorge Acosta in on the stop. Back to the 44-yard line. Landon McNeely will be back to handle the kicking chores. Bauxite has sent 2 men deep. High snap. McNeely picks it up, turns around, and gets the kick off. He did a good job of getting a foot on the ball. It's going to be a short kick. It's going to hit at the 35 and roll down to about the 32. But Landon McNeely did a good job coming up with that football to even get it away.
Steve, did you hear all the Bauxite Miners? Peter, that means get away from the football. And they that's what they did. They didn't want anybody accidentally touch that one and give Pottsville the ball back.
So after a promising start to a drive, the Bauxite defense turns the Apaches around. Miners have pretty good field position, 1st and 10 at their own 33. Hunter Farrell, the quarterback, has a single back and a pistol formation, and they're going to give it to that back. That's Noah Britton working to the left side. And a ball is loose, but I think the officials have already said it's down at the 40-yard line. The officials very quick on that call. Bryson Villarreal with the stop. Pick up his 8 yards to the 41. Farrell takes a quick snap. Again, they give it to Britton. This time Britton is met in the backfield. Nothing doing there. That might have been Brian Sanchez getting in on the stop. So, in fact, that play lost a yard back to the 40-yard line. 3rd down and 2. Farrell, the keeper, he has a 1st down and then some across the 45 to the 47 to the 48-yard line. 1st down for the Miners as they continue to move in a hurry.
Looked like the Miners might have changed their game plan up a little bit, Steve. Instead of throwing the ball, they decided they're going to run the ball.
Yeah, they haven't. Well, they had one pass, which we had actually covered pretty well.
Yep.
1st and 10 Miners. The receiver on this side of the field is lined up offside. I don't know if the official sees it or not, but I'm looking right down the lane. They gave him benefit of the doubt. Here comes your pass over the middle. They had a man, but it's incomplete. Pass was intended for Noah Britton, but that was overthrown by a good 5 yards. He was open, though.
Yeah. And the closest guy to him was number 21, Tyler Davis, for the Apaches, but he was in hot pursuit.
The Miners that time looked like they kind of flooded the zone and caused the Apaches some confusion on who was covering whom. 2nd and 10, Apaches. Counter give from right to left is met right in the backfield. Oliver was the ball carrier that time. That might have been Tripp Price coming up to make the stop. He's going to pick up a yard. It'll be, I think it's 3rd down and 9. They had the incomplete pass. Farrell back to pass, rolls right, has a man, completes it at the 35. And tackle made at the 35. Pass completed to Aiden Palmer. He frequently comes out of the slot and did a nice job pulling up right in the seam in the zone.
Yeah, he found that soft spot, Steve, and just kind of curled up there, and just a good throw and a good catch that time by the Miners.
1st down and 10 Bauxite. They're on the Apache side of the field. Farrell rolls left now, looks back to the right on the counter. It's a screen, and it's complete at the 35 to the 30, then to the 29-yard line. Nice job by Tyler Davis making a stop there on something that could have gone for a lot more yards.
Well, they're finding their groove now, throwing the football.
That was a nice pass on the screen. 2nd down and 3 for the Miners from the right side. Now they kind of overbalance the play to the left. High snap. Good job by Farrell to bring it down. I believe that's Britton, the ball carrier. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line. That'll be another Miner 1st down.
Number 31, Shelton Murdoch on the carry. 1st down, Bauxite.
Ball is at the 23 on the 1st and 10. And again, they're going to go on a counter, and again, they Out of yards inside the 20. Murdoch, the ball carrier this time.
Brought down by number 25.
Gets down to the 16-yard line. Pickup is 7, second down and 3. 3:23 to go in the quarter. 7-0 Pottsville. Bauxite on the move at the Apache territory. Give up the middle and a good tackle in the middle by the Apaches. Just about the time Murdoch thought he was going to bust into the open, the tackle was made by Alex Moats. And he stops Murdoch short of first down yardage.
Yeah, number 55, double nickel. Alec Moats on a big tackle that time.
So it is third down and about a yard. Farrell has an empty backfield. Now they bring a motion man. They toss it, turning back inside and getting absolutely stacked up. Marcus Wemby actually might have lost a yard on the play as Bo Ade got in there and stopped him and made sure he went nowhere. So it'll be fourth down. Big play coming here. And a quick give up the middle. That'll be a first down. Farrell, the keeper, they went on a very quick snap count, and I don't think Pottsville was quite lined up. Davis got there for the stop, but it's still a first down at the 14-yard line. Correct that. It's actually at the 12-yard line. Farrell has a motion man coming left to right, still an empty backfield, so if I'm on the line of scrimmage, I'm trying to get to Farrell. He's looking over the middle, has a man, and it's incomplete, and the Apaches did put a helmet on the quarterback Farrell just as he released the football. Pass falls incomplete. Good rush by the Apaches that time. That makes it a little easier on a defensive lineman or on a blitzer when there's nobody in the backfield who could pick up a blitz or who the quarterback Farrell could give the ball to. Now they do have a man in the backfield, and they're going to give it to him behind good blocking inside the 10 to the 5, and then into the end zone is Noah Britton. However, this one may come back. Two penalty flags right at the 8-yard line, which makes me suspect a holding call.
I think so.
Perhaps.
Caleb Turek, number 14, is out there on that defensive end part, and he's out there saying, hey, it's holding.
Well, now
Are they saying touchdown?
They're going to say touchdown. What's the call?
Face mask.
Face mask, okay.
Oh, wow.
So the touchdown by Noah Britton from 12 yards out. With 2:11 to go in the first quarter. Point after kick by Bauxite will be Ryan Cantrell. He is the kicker. Hold is Rico. Gustavo Rico will get the hold down. The kick is on the way, and it is good. 2:11 to go in the first quarter. It is Pottsville 7, Bauxite 7. Back in 30 seconds.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
So Pottsville and Bauxite tied at 7. You would expect a close game. So far, you've gotten one.
Number 52 will be kicking off for Bauxite.
Handling the kicking chore is a number that they did not send me. I assume, though, it's probably Ryan Cantrell. He's wearing 52 here, but every place I've seen him in on the roster, he has 53, and he's done their kicking. So I'm going to say it's Ryan Cantrell. From the 45-yard line, short run up, low line drive kick. And it is taken short by the Apaches. Nice return into open field at the 45 to midfield.
Fumble.
Is that Carter Gittinger on the return? Now there is a fumble, and Bauxite's going to come up with the football. Bauxite was most definitely trying to tackle the football that time, and they made it work. Big fumble there. That really gives Bauxite momentum. Got to hang on to that football, Brother Jim.
You do. Of course, he got gang tackled that time, Steve, and everybody was coming at him, and they weren't really trying to get him down. They were trying to strip that football, and that's exactly what they did. As you said it, tackling the football, and that's what they did.
So the quarterback Farrell in a shotgun formation. Now they motion Britton out of the backfield. Farrell back to pass, looking over the middle, and overthrows a man at the 40-yard line. Pass was intended for Aiden Palmer, who again comes out of the slot. Falls incomplete. He was open.
He was, Steve, and he just overthrew him that time. But Palmer's a good-looking athlete. Number 16, he looks like a football player.
He's got size. He's got some speed as well. Play clock down to 17. Miners have the play now in on offense. Motion comes left to right. And they're going to give it and get nowhere. Handoff was to Murdoch, and he was stacked up in the backfield.
Yeah.
Nico Ibarra coming up in run support caused that play to go backwards about 2 yards to the 43. 3rd down and 12. Motion back to pass is Farrell. His motion man turned upfield too quickly. Pass over the middle is knocked away, almost intercepted. Good play by Nico Ibarra. Pass again intended for Palmer, but Ibarra with a nice job batting that one away, and then the safety almost came up with the interception.
Yeah, Gettinger that time almost got the ball back for us.
Well, I know he'd like to make a big play too. Watch for a fake kick here. I don't trust this at all. Farrell, the quarterback, is the punter. Pottsville does have one man deep. And the kick almost blocked by the Apaches, but Farrell does a nice job getting it away. It's going to hit at the 30 and take a Bauxite bounce. You got to catch that ball.
Yeah.
Goes down to the 15-yard line when Pottsville will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line. So Pottsville will get away with that last turnover. Defense with a big stand.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Steve. Defense came up big for us that time. But we got a full field in front of us now, Steve.
Yep.
Offense got to get something going, and we need to get the score back.
So 1st and 10 Apaches deep in their own territory at the 15. Wide out goes to the right side of the field, open field left. Out of the flex bone set. Gives to Villarreal straight ahead. Bauxite has made an adjustment on that play, and it kind of went very little direction, very little ground forward, maybe a yard, if that. Well, and basically Bauxite has also walked almost everybody up to the box. I think in that last play they had 9 or 10 men right at the box. They have 8 men in the box. 2nd down and 10. Give to the fullback. He'll get to the 19, maybe the 20-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd and long. Villarreal, the ball carrier. So I'm not sure whatever adjustment Bauxite has made there, but it's been a good one for them.
At the Apache 13-yard line. Or excuse me, 17-yard. 18-yard line.
3rd down from the 19. 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 6. Mason calling a snap count. He's going to give it to Villarreal. Has some running room. Got to the 27-yard line, and I think that's going to be another heirloom legal 1st and 10 for the Apaches.
Yeah, good downhill running that time, but number 7, Villarreal, Steve, and picked up that 1st down.
Marcus Wembley made the tackle at the 27. Pickup was 8. And we are at the end of the first quarter. As the clock expires to end the first, this game is tied 7-7. We'll be back with second quarter action in 1 minute.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Tyson bringing you our Player of the Week across the Arkansas Sports Network family of streams. At the start of the second quarter, Pottsville has it 1st and 10. They are back at their own 27. And the counter crosses the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Nico Ibarra, the ball carrier. Tackle made by Garrett Oliver, number 11, after the pickup of, let's give him 4 out to the 30.
Yep.
2nd down and 6 for Pottsville. Apaches in their own territory at their own 30. Game is tied at 7. And again, handoff to the fullback. Bringing it straight up the middle. Not a lot happening there for Bryson Villarreal, although he did fight his way forward to the 33-yard line, picked up 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and almost 5. Pottsville yet to attempt a pass. And to be honest, I don't think I would expect one here. Bauxite isn't. They've got 8 men in the box. And we have a penalty flag before the play can get started, or at least a stoppage in play.
Timeout.
Yep. Timeout called by the Miners. 10:49 to go in the second quarter. Bauxite 7, Pottsville 7, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Hey, Brett.
You made it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mole receivers, Mark and Antonio, they want to hear more about favorites.
Oh, right. Well, with Farm Bureau favorites, you get a great auto quote, plus local agents and fast, friendly claims.
Nice. Hey.
Should we warn them?
Oh, that's broken.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Sorry.
We want to say thank you to all of our sponsors tonight, including Arkansas Tech University, my alma mater, McNeely Plumbing, Roy's Heating and Air, Dr. K Dentistry, Cole Construction, Mahan Appraisal, Tyson Foods, and the Diamond Ridge Construction Company. We appreciate all of our sponsors on Pottsville Apache football for making this possible. The Apaches come to the line of scrimmage, which is their own 33-yard line. Bauxite and Pottsville tied at 7. It's 3rd down and almost 5. Nason, the ball carrier, reads handoff, and nothing happening there. Villarreal, the ball carrier, may have gotten a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 4.
Yeah, they're sending punt team in, Steve.
Well, this has turned into a real defensive struggle, hasn't it?
It has.
Landon McNeely back deep to kick. Marcus Wembley is one deep man for the Miners. He's on the near side of the field. And I think Garrett Oliver may be the other man, but I'm not sure. It's going to be taken by Oliver, I think, at the 40, returns up to the 43, and tackled at the 43-yard line. Yeah, it was Oliver on the return. Tackled by the Apaches, made by Caleb Turek.
Number 14.
Yep. So Bauxite will take over after the return. Made it to the 45-yard line. 1st down and 10. A new football out on the field. Miners ready to go. They empty the backfield. Now they bring a motion man right to left. Jet sweep coming. Turns it upfield at the 45. Crosses the 46 to the 47-yard line. Marcus Wembley will pick up about 4 before the Apache pursuit tracks him down.
Yeah, good time. Good contained that time at number 24 for the Apaches, and it allowed the linebacker crew to come and make the tackle on the pursuit.
From the 48, 2nd down and long. They're going to give on the counter across midfield. Murdoch, the ball carrier, and he is stacked up right at midfield after no gain on the play. Tackle made by Brian Sanchez again. At midfield, Miners have a 3rd and 5. As a pistol formation, motion man comes right to left. Farrell rolls to the right. He has a pass complete at the 38, inside the 30, bringing it up the sideline of the 25 to the 24, and then driven out of bounds at the 24. Pass went to Wembley, and that is a first down. Wembley did a nice job of picking up yards after the catch.
Well, Steve, he did. He just found that soft spot and just landed there and just waited for the ball to get there. And as you said, great run after the catch.
Pickup of 25 on the first down completion. Bauxite in Apache territory at the 25. Give is to the running back to the 24 to the 23. There is a fumble on the play. Murdoch was the ball carrier. And Pottsville recovers the fumble. Coming up with it was Bryson Villarreal. Murdoch lost the handle on it, and Bryson Villarreal with the recovery.
Boy, that's the break that the Apaches needed right there, Steve.
Recovered by Pottsville's Bryson Villarreal.
Yeah, good job defense.
Oh, both teams have had drives deep into the other's territory that have been turned away. This is a very good high school football game. Pottsville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. Give is to Villarreal. He fights his way out to the 25. And no further than the pickup of 3. Villarreal is everywhere. 7-7, this game is tied. 8:35 to go to the halftime break. Both high school bands are here. I don't know that they both are going to perform, but I suspect that to be the case. Homecoming in Apache country. Emerson Stevens, our homecoming queen. She reigns over the festivities here at John Needham Stadium. 2nd down and 7. And Nason gets tackled in the backfield. That ball is loose. And it will be recovered by Bauxite. Well, I don't know what happened there. Nason just had the ball stripped out of his hands.
Well, this Bauxite team, Steve, they have been coached well on the defensive side of the ball to tackle that football, strip that football, do whatever you can, get your hands on it, get your paw on it, and that's what they're doing. They're doing a good job. That's the second, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the second fumble recovery tonight for the Miners.
Yep. They lead in turnovers 2-1. Ball is at the 21-yard line. So the Bauxite defense rises up big to make a play. They'll have it 1st and 10 on the plus side of the field. And the ball carrier is going to be Britton, and Noah Britton met right at the exchange. He might have fallen forward from the 20 to the 19. No, he didn't. They mark it at the 20, so no gain on the play, or at the 21 rather. Right now, the defensive lines of both teams are kind of dominating this game. Farrell back to pass. He's under pressure, and he gets buried back at the 27-yard line. Trip Price, one Apache who got back there. Was McNeely the other?
I believe he was, Steve.
Ryan Sanchez also involved in the play. And the quarterback, Farrell, had no chance on that play. Pottsville came on some kind of a blitz, and they arrived in a bad mood. So from the 30, it's going to be 3rd down and about 15, almost 18, I think. Farrell in the shotgun, looking left where he had a trip formation. He's under pressure, and the ball is knocked away, slapped away by Landon McNeely.
Yeah.
He got a big paw up there and knocked it away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I think he held up his Tommy Hawk, Steve. I believe that's what it was. Landon McNeely got the paw up there with the tomahawk and knocked the ball down.
Well, I would imagine Bauxite's going to go for this. I mean, I know it's 4th down and long, but from here you're looking at a 48-yard field goal, and not a lot of high schools have that in their arsenal. A punt from here more than likely would go out of the end zone. So this time the Miners are going to put 4 receivers to the left side of the field. They finally get somebody up on the line of scrimmage. Farrell brings down the snap. He's under pressure. Pass over the middle is knocked away, incomplete. Pass was intended over the middle for Noah Britton. Good coverage in the secondary by the Apaches, and Pottsville will take over on downs.
Good job, defense.
Pottsville has been able to turn away the Miners both times after Pottsville turnovers. Of course, to kind of balance that out a little bit, in all fairness, Bauxite turned away Pottsville after a turnover. So it'll be Pottsville football with 7:04 to go in the second quarter. Boy, this second quarter has really gone by quickly, hasn't it?
It has.
From the 28-yard line, the Apaches have it, 1st and 10. Nason under center. And Villarreal gets the handoff, and he gets buried in the backfield. I don't know if Bauxite is running some kind of a line stunt or exactly what's happening.
Steve, I think that's exactly what they're doing.
Carson Cortez makes the stop from a inside position. They're doing something that we're not accounting for, that's for sure. That play lost a yard back to the 27.
Bo Ade entered the ball game, Steve, at running back, number 2 for the Apaches.
He'll bring the play in from the sideline. Nason under center takes the snap. They're going to give it to Ade on the counter, and he's going to they're going to give it to Colby Stevenson. And now a late penalty flag comes flying in from the backfield judge, the offensive backfield.
I think there was some yakking, but I think this is going to be a personal foul.
Yep. There's been some jawing going on. A couple of times I've seen Apache players coming out of the pile saying, hey, what's going on, Mr. Official? Well, this time the official didn't like what was going on. So the dead ball foul will be a 15-yard mark-off to the 44-yard line, and that is another heirloom legal first down for the Apaches. Hey, take them any way you can get them, right?
Hey, we'll take it, Steve. But penalties like that is what hurts a football team, and Pottsville took advantage of it that time.
Game is tied at 7. We have 6 minutes to go to the halftime break. Nason back to pass, a go route on the near side. Pretty good coverage there, but Jackson Furr got a hand on the ball but couldn't quite bring it in. Pretty good coverage in the secondary by Tristan Kelly, I believe, had the coverage on the deep side.
Well, that ball had some hang time, Steve, and I was kind of concerned when a ball has that much hang time, you're giving the defensive back a chance to recover. But Furr, man, give him hats off to him, man. He almost made a great catch.
And I think that was the intention of that play. Just throw it up there and see if your guy can go get it. From the 44-yard line, 1st and 10, Stevenson in motion. And the handoff is going to be to Ade. Ade fumbles the ball. And Bauxite's going to come up with a loose ball at the 45.
Wow. A knot of turnovers, Steve.
Boy, what's that, the third one for Pottsville?
I believe that's the third one for Pottsville. And you know, if you're going to turn over, at least make mine an apple. I like apple turnovers. My goodness.
So a fumble. It will be Bauxite, 1st and 10 at the Apache 46-yard line. Again, Bauxite getting the ball in plus territory. Farrell back to pass, rolls the pocket to the right. Throw comes up short. Tried to fit it in between some pretty good coverage, and it falls incomplete at the 35-yard line as he was trying to hit Marcus Wembley.
Oh, me.
Second down coming. Clock stops after the incompletion. Farrell has 4 receivers in the pattern. They're going to do a flanker screen, a bubble screen, and it's going to have some yards, crossing the 40 to the 35. Cutting it inside is Wembley, down to the 20 to the 15, and he's drugged down at the 9-yard line. You could tell that Bauxite lined up quickly to run that flanker screen, and Pottsville was not set up for it. And they're going to try to catch Pottsville again. The officials don't catch up to the play, and they're going to stop this.
Yeah, on that touchdown-saving tackle, that was Colton Cole, number 22 for the Apaches.
The official calls timeout. Bauxite was trying to get that play off before anybody got set, and fortunately for the Apaches, the officials weren't able to make it down there either, so the officials stopped play. So it's going to be first down. This is 1st and goal to go from the 9. Well, that flanker screen was executed very well. Farrell back to pass. Another flanker screen is going to be dropped, and they are going to call it incomplete. From this angle, I couldn't tell if it was forward or backward, but the official called it immediately as incomplete. So 2nd and goal to go as Bauxite looking to take their first lead of the night. Again, they go in a big hurry. Farrell takes the snap, looking left this time, tries to fit it into coverage, and it falls incomplete. Pretty good coverage that time by Bryson Villarreal. He was trying to get the ball to his running back, Murdoch. It wasn't a wheel route. He had lined up outside. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal to go from the 9. This time the Miners slow things down a little bit. They talk about what they want to run. Now they're lined up on the 3rd and goal from the 9. Farrell back to pass, under pressure, and he airmails it out of the back of the end zone as he was buried by Tripp Price. Going to bring up 4th and goal to go. This would be a big stop if you could get it.
Yeah. They're bringing in their place kicker.
Are they going to kick this?
Yeah.
Oh, my. Well, you're on the road. If you got a chance to take the lead, take it, right? Ryan Cantrell, I think, is the kicker. He's wearing 52 here, but normally wears 53. Snap is good. The kick is on the way, and I believe it is good. Yeah. So with 4:54 left to go in the quarter, it is Bauxite 10, Pottsville 7, and we're back in 30 seconds.
Let's go, Dr. K, let's go. Braces are Invisalign, let's go. Let's go, Dr. K, let's go. Trust her as your ortho, let's go. Let's go, Dr. K, let's go.
Well, the Pottsville defense has been doing yeoman work. The offense has turned the ball over 3 times in plus territory, and so far all the Miners have to show for it is 3 points. Cantrell, the kicker, this time he's going to boot it deep, taken at the 10-yard line, return to the 15, the 20, the 25, and returning it to the outside at the 30. Big collision at the 30-yard line. The ball was returned by Carter Gittinger, and we have a penalty flag right at where the return was stopped. It's an unsportsmanlike conduct call in against the Miners, and I'll tell you what that was. They're calling the defender for a shot to the head with his shoulder. Mm-hmm. They're saying he went to the head intentionally, so that will add 15 yards to the return.
Yeah, Steve, there's a little bit of tension. It's a little bit of tension out there on that football field tonight.
Yep. Well, now what? Now they're saying unsportsmanlike conduct on Pottsville. Coach Rust is not happy. So now the unsportsmanlike conduct is against Pottsville, as you saw the Cole Construction replay.
Wow.
So that's going to put Pottsville in a hole back at the 15-yard line. So erase everything I said there about the shot to the head. Do what? Well, yeah, he got hit by an Apache defender. That's Now we have another penalty flag. No, it's a timeout. Timeout called by Bauxite.
All right.
So I'm going to tell you there's 4:40 left to go in the first half. Bauxite 10, Pottsville 7. Back in 30 seconds.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it, because first is who we are.
All right, so the penalty against Pottsville, which are thanks to Cole Construction. We were able to show that play to you a couple of times. I will confess I didn't see the penalty, but it doesn't matter if I did or didn't.
Steve, I'm going to give a shout-out tonight. We've got Jaden Harris's mom. She is on the road. They're heading down to Florida, and so we want to give a shout-out to Jen Harris and some of her friends that are going down for a few days. So appreciate you watching the Pottsville Apaches.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Counter given to Colby Stevenson, and he is met in the backfield. That play's going to lose 2, maybe 3 yards. Back to the 13. That penalty really hurt.
Mm-hmm. And we thought it was going the other way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The official that was right on top of the play made the call, so, he saw something he didn't like. 2nd down and 12. Apaches bring a man in motion, toss, sweep, running room at the 15 to the 20. Nice move at the 20 to the 23-yard line. Nico Ibarra with a nice pickup. He'll be short of first down yardage, but it'll be a much more manageable 3rd down as he picked up 8.
Yeah, keep it manageable, Steve, and that's what Ibarra did that time for the Apaches.
Tackle was made by Robert Scudder, who wears number 44 for the Miners. Bauxite with a 10-7 lead, 3.5 to go, quarter number 2. Wide out to the left. 3rd down and short. Stevenson comes in motion. They give it to Villarreal straight ahead across the 25 to the 27 to the 28-yard line. Villarreal, the ball carrier, and we have, is that Villarreal? No, that's not Villarreal, but one of the Apaches is slow to get up. That is a 1st and 10. An heirloom legal 1st and 10. Isaac Cox a little slow to get up.
Yeah.
But he's going to stay in the game.
I think he got just a hit in the head there, kind of shaking it off.
That's scary. 1st and 10 from the 27. Eli Nason steps up to take the snap. Option to the left. Nason pulls it, turns the corner, gets out to the 30 to the 32-yard line. Good read by Nason on the option. And I think that was a true option. Nason will pick up 5 out to the 33. Excuse me, that looks more like the 32 to me. 2:38 to go in the second quarter. Pottsville trails at 10-7. 2nd down and 5 for the Apaches from the 30. Out of the flex bone, toss sweep to the near side, and Pursuit caught it. I thought that was going to break big, but Ibarra was tracked down from behind. Good speed by the Miner defense. There was running room there for a little bit. Tackle made by Carson Cortez. He's played a very good first half. 3rd down and long for the Apaches. From the 30. Pottsville has to get to the 37 for a first down from here. That makes it 3rd down and 7. And they're going to give it to Stevenson, and he is hammered at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Stevenson's a little slow getting up, or that's one of the linemen.
Across the 31-yard line. Picked up about a yard. It's going to be 4th down and 5. And Pottsville takes a timeout here. I'm not sure I understand why, but nonetheless, timeout on the field with 1:33 to go in the half. It is 10-7. The lead belongs to Bauxite, and we're back in 30 seconds.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
A little bit of question as to how much time is actually left in the half. There'll be 1 minute 43 seconds left to go. 4th down and 5. I kind of thought Pottsville might be planning to go for it after that timeout, but they send Landon McNeely out to kick the ball away. 10-7 Bauxite with the lead, and with their quick hitting offense, they want another chance. Garrett Oliver is back deep to return the kick from McNeely on the 4th down and 5. And the kick is away. It'll take an Apache bounce at the 45, to the 35, to the 30. Looks like it's going to make the 25 before the Apaches let it roll to a stop.
All the way down to the ConAgra Inn. The inn in ConAgra, which is on the field.
Nice boot by McNeely to the 25. Bauxite will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25. With 1 minute 31 to go, I think they have, scoreboard says they have 2 timeouts left. Now, I thought I remembered them calling 2, but the scoreboard says 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so the scoreboard's actually saying they have none? I'm not sure that's right either. Well, nonetheless, Farrell back to pass. Here comes that flanker screen. It's skipped to the receiver. He picks it up, but it's an incomplete pass as it was thrown forward.
Yeah, a little short hop pass there, Steve.
Yep. Looked like me throwing it to first base.
Yeah.
From second base.
Well, I was going to say from left field, man. Come on.
No, my throwing arm. So pass falls incomplete, stops the clock with 1 minute 27. Am I looking at the scoreboard right? It says, yeah, I know that's not right because it says we had 3 and we just called a timeout. Anyway, nonetheless, 2nd down and 10, Bauxite. This is an interesting formation. They have 2 receivers bunched in 2 formation. Farrell rolls to the right. McNeely pursues him. A little underhand toss. And the receiver caught it. No, they're going to say it's incomplete. He dropped it and then tried to pick it up and run with it. So that is an incompletion. Defense needs to come up with one more big stop if they can. It's going to be 3rd and 10 with 1 minute 20 to go.
And maybe we'll have a chance. One more shot at the end zone, Steve.
Right. That must have been Bauxite that called that last timeout, because that would explain why we have 3 and they are out of timeouts. Farrell back to pass, throws it over the middle, has a man on a post route. It's complete. He'll get out to the 45-yard line. That'll be a 1st and 10. Pass is complete to Aiden Palmer. And Bauxite will pick up a big 1st down there out to the 45. That play didn't take long. Back to pass is Farrell. He's under pressure, has a man, completes it at the 47-yard line. Good job by Pottsville keeping that in bounds and a very short gain.
Yeah, that's number 29, Jaden Harris on the tackle.
Oh, at the 47, they pick up his 2, 2nd and 8. 50 seconds left to go in the second. Farrell is back to pass, under pressure, rolling left. Pass is complete, and a good tackle closing on the play. Now, don't get up and talk to him about it. Tackle made by Colton Cole, I believe, number 22.
Yeah.
It was complete to Wembley, picks up another 2 yards.
Yeah, double deuce, Colton Cole there on the tackle.
Completion to the 49-yard line. 3rd down and 7. Farrell back to pass, under a blitz, steps away from one man. Rolls a pocket to the right. McNeely makes him throw it sooner than he wanted to, and it was incomplete, I think, at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Gittinger back there, Steve, did a good job.
Carter Gittinger with a nice job. I believe that was Wembley he was covering back there. It'll bring up 4th down. Landon McNeely was in pursuit on that play, as was Tate Cobb, as Farrell was running to avoid a sack. The incompletion stops the clock. The ball is at the 49-yard line. 15 seconds left to go to halftime. Bauxite leads it 10-7. Here it comes on 4th down. Motion comes from right to left. Blitz coming. Farrell steps up. He's crossed the line of scrimmage. He's got to run it now, and a good stop made by the Apaches. Farrell, the ball carrier. I did not see who made that stop. It was Caleb Turek. Caleb Turek with a nice stop. Now, that doesn't go down as a sack because the quarterback had crossed the line of scrimmage and then went backward again. But, again, the defense kept things alive here. They turned away the Miners when Bauxite had some serious momentum.
Well, 7 seconds, Steve. I think we'll at least have one shot here.
Well, from the 46-yard line, one wide out to the left, trips to the right, 5 deep zone. Nason throws it over the middle, pass is incomplete. She'll have time for another throw.
Well, Steve, if he would have hit Furr that time in stride, I think Furr would have taken that one to the house.
If Furr catches it in stride, it's turn it upfield and look out. Nason picked the right guy, just throw it a little bit behind him, I believe. So we'll see how far Eli Nason can throw a football, won't we? 3-man rush by Bauxite. They are dropping everybody else. Pottsville's going to let them come and complete a screen at the 40, the 35, the 30, inside the 25, down to the 19-yard line. And that will end the first half of play. Villarreal made a nice catch and run, but he just ran out of time. So at the end of the first half, it is the Miners 10, Pottsville 7. We're back after this 1-minute timeout.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Welcome back to John Needham Stadium in Pottsville. The Apaches trailing the Miners 10-7. We appreciate everyone joining us on the stream tonight, and we do appreciate our viewers from Bauxite, from Miner Country. And your team has played a very good first half of football on the road and lead this game by a score of 10-7. Pottsville got on the scoreboard first. A high short kick was fumbled by the Miners. Pottsville recovered it and then went on a 6-play, 38-yard touchdown drive. The last bit of it was on a 19-yard run by Colby Stevenson. The point after was added, and Pottsville led 7-0. Pottsville, well, in fact, the teams exchanged punts. Bauxite, after an Apache punt, got the ball at their own 33-yard line. They went on a very impressive 13-play, 67-yard touchdown drive. The 12-yard touchdown run was by Noah Britton, and the point after was up and good by Ryan Cantrell. And with 2:11 to go in the first quarter, the game was tied at 7. It stayed that way for a considerably long amount of time. The teams exchanged turnovers. Pottsville fumbled the ball twice or 3 times. I showed twice. One fumble by Bauxite, then another fumble by Pottsville gave the ball back to the Miners at the Apache 46-yard line. Bauxite moved the ball down to about the 18-yard line. The drive stalled there. So a 25-yard field goal attempt split the uprights by Ryan Cantrell, and that was your score. 4:54 left to go in the second quarter, and then we made it to the half with the game at 10-7. Bauxite with the lead.
Yep, Steve, just a great football game tonight. A lot of turnovers. We really don't want to see that from either side, but Pottsville has had their share tonight, and that's what's kept the Miners in this ball game. They have capitalized on one of those turnovers, and they've got a 3-point lead going into halftime tonight.
Pottsville will have the ball first to begin the second half of play after the Dr. K Dentistry kickoff. The Bauxite Marching Band are not going to run around or desert you as they have the field here. We'll enjoy some music from my era. And we will have performances by both bands here on the stream. Again, at the half, it is Bauxite 10, Pottsville 7. For Brothers Jim Huffman, I'm Stephen Glenn. So long for just a little while.
Put it on my face. Lotion. Yep. Do you fall asleep? I'm going to jump her. Like if I do, well, but okay. I'll just sometimes I'll watch it.
Back at John Needham Stadium in Pottsville. We appreciate you joining us on the Arkansas Sports Network stream for the ball game tonight. Pottsville trails Bauxite Miners by a score of 10-7. Pottsville opened the game on a very impressive drive, controlling the line of scrimmage and going on a 6-play, 38-yard touchdown march. But since then, it's really been a battle mostly controlled by the two teams' defense along the line of scrimmage. Both offenses have found yards hard to come by. And I kind of think that's why Coach Perry decided he wanted to kick a field goal there on that last possession when it was 4th down and long rather than go for it. He probably had the feeling, and it appears to be right, that this game is going to be very low scoring. It's going to be very tight, and a 3-point difference might be enough to win this one. Pottsville will have the ball first. I say that with parentheses because I about halfway expect Bauxite to try an onside kick here. Why did I say that? Because when Pottsville made their first kickoff of the game, the Dr. K Dentistry opening kickoff, they actually kicked it high and short and ended up recovering a ball that was fumbled by the special team of the Miners. I think Bauxite would like to maybe try to turn that one around. Pottsville's back out on the field. The Bauxite Miners also. A rather lengthy halftime performance by the Pottsville Marching Band, but we hope you enjoyed the sights and sounds of the halftime performance. Brother Jim will rejoin us here momentarily as we get ready for the Dr. K Dentistry opening kickoff for the second half of play. Again, Pottsville is expecting to get the football, but I would also keep an eye open for an onside kick, too. I'm sure the coaches have covered that bit of information. Homecoming in Pottsville tonight. Lots of folks reacquainting themselves with others that they went to school with. Our congratulations to Emerson Stevens, who is the homecoming queen. I'm sure she would like to have a victory to preside over. Carter Gettinger back. And they are going to kick it deep. It's going to come to the left side of the formation at the 20-yard line. Return back to the 30 to the 31 before the tackle is made at the 31-yard line. Pottsville will take over 1st and 10. Colby Stevenson was the return man on the Dr. K Dentistry opening kick. Pottsville will take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments Pottsville has made at the half to try to get the offense up and going. In fact, Pottsville empties out the backfield. 3 wideouts on the left side. They still give it straight ahead. Still on that quick hitter. Villarreal, the ball carrier. And not a lot of yardage on that play. Started at the 31, made it to the 33 to pick up 2.
Well, Steve, one of the adjustments, you just said it, one of the adjustments I think they made at halftime, they're going to try to spread them out.
And try to create some more openings and running room along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, spread the gaps out.
2nd and 7, Pottsville. Again, 3 wideouts, quick hitting screen complete to the left. Running room across the 35 to the 37. Eli Nason's pass complete across the way to Colby Stevenson. First completion of the night for the Apaches will leave them about 5 yards short of a first down. But at least you showed Bauxite something different there. Give them something different to think about. 3rd down and long 4, short 5, if you will. From the 37, Pottsville back into the flex bone formation. And Nason keeps it himself and gets met right at the line of scrimmage. Eli Nason with very little gain, and Pottsville is going to have to give the football up. Tackle made by Tyler Atkins. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 as that play really gained 0.
Well, it's third and manageable, Steve, but I tell you what, this Bauxite unit, the adjustments they've made early in the ball game, Steve, I mean, they are doing a good job tackling the football.
It should be fourth down. The yard marker across the way is not correct.
He's not right. So we're going to go for it here.
The yard marker still says third. It is fourth down, and the Apaches are looking to go for it. Fourth down and 3. And I think Pottsville took a timeout here. Lots of confusion, not the least of which the chain gang, and now they finally do have it converted to fourth, but Pottsville takes a timeout. 9:58 to go in the third quarter. Timeout on the field. Bauxite 10, Pottsville 7. Back in 30 seconds.
Let's go, Dr. K, let's go. Braces are Invisalign, let's go. Let's go, Dr. K, let's go. Trust her as your ortho, let's go. Let's go, Dr. K, let's go.
Now the Apaches have changed their mind. They are going to kick the ball, it would appear. Landing McNeely in punt position, but Bauxite's not buying it. They don't think McNeely's going to kick this as they have nobody back deep to receive. Kick is on the way. Nobody back to receive it. Ball hits at the 33, takes a Bauxite bounce to the 36, and it'll be 1st and 10 Miners there.
Well, good kick by McNeely. He was hoping it'd have a little bit of the Pottsville roll, but it didn't. It just kind of died in its tracks.
Kind of checked up like a well-hit pitching wedge.
Yeah.
So Bauxite's first possession of the second half. They lead at 10-7. And once again, the Apache defense is going to have to come up with something big here. Farrell, the quarterback, out of the shotgun. And a running back coming to the near side at the 40. Penalty flag comes flying in. The ball carrier was Britton. He had about a 18-yard pickup out to the Apache 45, but this one I think is coming back. I believe this one's going to go on Bauxite. The penalty flag is at the 45. But let me wait for the officials. They say it is a hold.
Spot foul.
So from the 45, they'll bring it back to about the 35. And it'll be first down and 10, I guess. Pottsville making some late changes here along the line, but they get them done. Ball is loose. However, the Miners come up with it.
Didn't mean to scream in your ear, Steve.
That's
the old defensive back coming out in me.
I kind of got lost there for a second.
Ball. Oh, my goodness.
So they play results in the pickup of about a yard. 2nd down and 9. Farrell back to pass. Here comes the flanker screen. It's going to be complete. Wembley brings it up the right sideline. He'll cross the 45. Excuse me, that was to Britton on the completion. And that will be a first down for the Miners. At the 47-yard line, 1st and 10 for Bauxite. Miners lead at 10-7. Near side wide receiver took off too soon. Penalty flags went flying. Let's see here. Illegal procedure on the Miners. We'll back them up 5 yards. Yeah, unfortunately, Isaiah Rivera tried to get an early start on his pass route, and it backs him up 5 yards to the 42. 1st and 15. Farrell with an empty backfield. Under pressure, throws it over the middle, and it is knocked away. I believe Bo Ade got a hand on that pass as it was intended over the middle.
Yeah, number 2, Ade there defending, and good job by Big Bo.
Murdoch was the intended receiver. You know, all in all, with the exception of one play, the Pottsville secondary has done a good job of covering tonight.
Well, Steve, they have.
2nd and 15. Colton Cole has single coverage on the wide out to the near side, which I think is Rivera again. And the quarterback decides to keep it, and he runs right into about 3 Apaches at the 40-yard line. Farrell really had nowhere to go on that one. Nico Ibarra made the stop on that play. In fact, I think that lost 2 yards back to the 40. Third down and 17. In a pistol formation. Quarterback Farrell takes the snap. He rolls the pocket to his left, and he's going to get sacked back at the 35. Fumble on the play. I thought. But Bauxite came up with the recovery.
Yeah, that was Moats.
Was it Moats that stripped that away?
Well, there was Moats, and there was another Apache in there. I couldn't see what that number was, but Alex Moats was on top of that one.
Fumble was recovered by Parker Ellington. He did a nice job hustling down, though saved a turnover deep in Bauxite territory. High kick by the quarterback Farrell. Takes an Apache bounce. It actually hit at the 39 and bounced backwards to the 43, where it is covered by Bauxite, and Pottsville will have it 1st and 10. So the defense needed to come up big, and they did. Well, the offense needs to start having a little fun, don't you think?
Well, Steve, we need to get the score back in our favor, and we need to go down and at least score a touchdown and make it 14-10. At least get 4 points above them.
8:34 left to go in the third quarter. Miners 10, Apaches 7. Flex bone set, give it to Villarreal. He gets across the 45, keeps the legs churning across the 48 to the 49. That's going to pick up 6 yards, and the officials call timeout for something. Okay, they're actually going to call him down at the 47. Now they're going to move it to the 48. Okay. I'm good.
Yeah, one of the parents up in the stands, they were screaming at the official.
Yeah, look at that spot. Pickup is 5, 2nd and 5 for the Apaches. From their own side of the field, their own 48. Pass coming to the near side. Complete. Pass is complete to Jackson Furr. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Pottsville.
Wow. Steve, he went up to the highest point that time and basically took it out of the defender's hand. And, Steve, you've been saying, hey, if you get Furr the ball, he'll be gone. Well, that time we did it. And, my brother, you called that just right.
That was officially or unofficially a 52-yard touchdown pass. And what a pretty throw by Nason, a better catch by Furr. And then Furr made a quick move to get a man to miss and took it to the house. Tyler Davis on to hold for the point after. The kick is on the way. It's a low line drive, but it gets through, and it's good. 7:56 to go in the third quarter, and lightning has struck at John Needham Field as the Apaches lead 14-10 on a Roy's Heating and Air Pottsville Apache touchdown pass.
Yeah,
we're back in 30 seconds.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Pottsville will be kicking off. The Dr. K Dentistry kickoff coming for the Apaches. High short kick to the near side. Fair caught at the 30. And it will be a first down for the Miners. Well, that was a beautiful throw and catch, Brother Jim.
Well, Steve, it was, and of course, it was well defended, but Furr, Steve, he actually went up and he was in stride when he caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, man, he just talking about separation then. The defenders were breaking on the ball and there was nobody there to catch him.
First and 10, Bauxite. Pottsville leads 14-10, 7:49 to go. Pottsville showing blitz. Now they back out of it. Farrell in a shotgun formation. He's going to read keep it. Takes it to the right, crosses the 30 to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Nico Ibarra making the stop. Also in on the play was Brian Sanchez, I should say. And don't think he even got a yard. It's basically long 9, short 10 on the second down play. What a beautiful throw and catch from Eli Nason to Jackson Furr on the Apache. Roy's heating an air touchdown. Farrell with a screen. That's going to be complete at the 30 to the 35, cutting back toward the middle at the 45, and then to the 48-yard line. That screen has paid dividends for the Miners as Noah Britton comes up with a big catch.
Yeah, Steve, that screen has worked all night long, and good. I give her secondary some credit, though. They have closed on it quickly.
Pickup is 18, first and 10, Bauxite. Farrell under pressure, has a pass complete at the 48-yard line right in front of the sticks. Pass is complete. I believe it went to Isaiah Rivera, but no gain on the play.
Yeah, good job that time by Jaden Harris on the tackle, playing corner over there on the far side.
Now they're going to call it a pickup of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 49. Bauxite doesn't spend a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. They like to get it and get going, and here comes another flanker screen. This time the Apaches defend it well at the 45, and I think upended for about a 3-yard loss. That completion was to Marcus Wimberly, but watch out. They're going to pump fake that and try to send Wimberly deep here one of these plays. Watch out for that one. That play is designed to try to get the defender up closer. Third down and long. Apaches show blitz and step out of it, bring a 3-man rush. Farrell rolls to the right. Trip Price makes him pass it, but it's going to be complete at the 15, the 10, the 5, tackled at the 5-yard line. Palmer with the pass completion down to the 5. Pickup of 40 on that play. That one hurt. Bauxite wants to go in a big hurry. They're down and ready to go on the 1st and goal from the 5. Farrell will keep it behind some very good blocking. He'll be into the end zone. And just like that, Bauxite answers with a touchdown of their own with 5:45 left to go in the 3rd. Boy, that big play really hurt the defense of the Apaches. Ryan Cantrell in to attempt the point after. Snap is on the way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 5:45 to go in the 3rd, your new score, Bauxite 17, Pottsville 14. We're back in 30 seconds.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Yeah, you remember me saying something about wanting to bring the secondary coverage up?
Yeah, there it was.
There it was. I wish I had been wrong. Carter Gettinger back deep to receive the kick from Bauxite. High short kick will hit at the 30, fielded by the Apaches at the 28. Return across the 34.
They'll give him progress.
I think they'll give him progress there on the Dr. K Dentistry kickoff. Colby Stevenson brought it back to the 34. It'll be Pottsville ball 1st and 10. We appreciate Dr. K Dentistry and all of our fine sponsors of Apache football tonight.
Steve, are we going to air it out now? Is this going to become a shootout here in the second half?
Well, you really don't want to get in that kind of game if you're Pottsville
well,
against
you don't.
against the Miners. You hit the one long play. and that was impressive. I guess you kind of have to test the water a little bit and see if maybe your base offense can get moving again. Penalty flags fly right at the snap. Pottsville was coming on a reverse to Eli Adkins, but the play was stopped as it was going. False start against the Apaches. That has really hampered the Apaches the entire season. The penalty mark off will put it back to five yards deeper. The 29, first down and 15 for Pottsville. Play Clark begins to run short. It's down to 10. Nason under center. Takes the snap. They are going to run that counter play. It's across the 30 toward the boundary at the 33. Eli Atkins, the ball carrier. He'll get about 3 yards of that penalty back. It'll be second and long.
Gain of about 3. Going to bring up second down 13, second down 12.
17-14, Pottsville trails as we're under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Jackson Furr comes wide to the near side. Out of the flex bone. Nason pulls it, has running room across the 35 to the 40, the 45 to the 46-yard line, and that's going to be an heirloom legal first down for the Apaches at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, a good run that time by Eli. And Steve, he just followed his blockers, picked up the first down.
Picked up 10 on the carry to the 41 of the Apaches. And it does look like maybe some running lanes are starting to open up a little bit now for Pottsville.
Yeah, people are getting tired, Steve.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when you get burned deep, once bitten, twice shy. Give is coming to the near side, dragging potential tacklers down to the 50 to the 49. Nico Ibarra, powerful runner, gets it about the length of the nose of the football into Miner territory after a pickup of 5. Tackle made by the Miners' Jorge Acosta. He's played a good game tonight for the Miner defense. 3:57 and counting to go in the third. 17-14, Miners lead this game. Both teams have a touchdown in the third quarter. One was set up by a long play for the Miners. The other was scored on a long play by the Apaches. Play clock down to 5. Nason up over center, takes the snap. He keeps it himself, turns in behind the lead block of Villarreal, gets inside the 46 to the 45-yard line. And it will not quite be first down. It'll be third down and about a yard, maybe 2. We'll go with 2, I think. From the 46 of the Miners. I would think this is 4-down territory depending on the outcome of this play. Jackson Furr goes wide to the left. Again, the flex bone. Motion man right to left. Villarreal going straight ahead. Gets across the 45 to the 44, and that is another Pottsville heirloom legal first down for the Apaches.
There we go. Moving those chains. Let's find that end zone.
Yep. We have 2:56 to go in quarter number 3. A good ball game tonight. The fans of both sides have been well entertained. 17-14, Bauxite with the lead. Pottsville on the first down. Nason turns again behind the lead blocker, the fullback, crosses the 40 to the 38 to the 37-yard line. Another nice pickup behind good lead blocking for the Apaches. Pickup is 7. The 37. Second down and 3 for the Apaches. On the move. This drive started at the Apaches 34 after a pretty good kickoff return. Second down and 3. Nason gives it to Colby Stevenson. And
But there's going to be a holding.
He gets tackled right at the line of scrimmage, but I do have a penalty flag on the play. And it's going to cost Pottsville. Ouch. Get a good drive going like this, and then you get backed up on the hold. So 10 yards from the spot will move the ball back to the 48. So it'll be 2nd and 14 for Pottsville. That's twice now I've seen Colby Stevenson running with the football, and he gets up to the hole, and for some reason he has stopped, to try to move or juke or what have you. I think he would be better served just by keep going, 2nd down, long for Pottsville at the 48. And fumble, that was a mix-up on the exchange, and Pottsville has once again lost a fumble.
Yeah, Steve, that has been our albatross around our neck tonight, is that loose football, fumbling that football. Got to hang on to the rock, guys. Got to hang on to the rock.
That is fumble number 4 on the night by the Apaches. Fumbles and penalties makes it tough. That exchange never came off correctly. I was actually watching that one pretty closely. So the Miners defense falls on the loose ball at their own 47-yard line. Bauxite with a 17-14 lead.
Just
given the backfield by Jack Richards, the ball carrier. He'll be spotted just short of midfield, gain of 3. Farrell, the quarterback, back to pass. Here comes that flanker screen. And again, they're going to have good yardage as Britton gets up to the 40 to the 35-yard line. Pottsville fans screaming for a block in the back, but I don't think so. Or was there a flag? Maybe they did get a block in the back. It was right at where Britton caught the football. I think it was Bryson Villarreal who was out there about to make the play. No, they're going to call illegal procedure. So Bauxite will lose 5 yards.
5-yard penalty brings up remains 2nd down.
That'll move the ball back to the 45-yard line. 2nd down and 12 after the penalty. A minute 18 to go in the third. 17-14 Bauxite. Trips to the left. Farrell looking that way on a slant route. Has a man at the 45. Makes a move at the 40. That's Wembley out of control for the Bauxite Miners, and he gets it to the 27-yard line. That's a Bauxite 1st and 10.
Steve, when they catch that ball in stride, I'm just telling you, man, they've got some speed.
Yep.
And they are finding the soft spot in between the safeties and the linebackers.
Pickup, I believe, of 28 on that pass completion. Farrell gives it to the running back, Britton, going right to the 25. Excuse me, that time it was Shelton Murdoch, the ball carrier, but he's going to pick up 5 yards. Bauxite out of the shotgun formation on 2nd down. Farrell back to pass, looking over the middle, and it's intercepted by the Apaches. Return coming to the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45. Knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line was Bo Ade. And once again, the Apache defense turns the ball over.
Steve, that's that little football player we call Bo Ade in Pottsville. He wears number 2, and Steve, he has come up big again tonight.
The only man who could have made the play did. It was the quarterback of Bauxite, Hunter Farrell, making a touchdown-saving tackle. They're going to spot him down at the 48, I believe. The 48 of the Apaches. Well, if you're going to try for a shot play, this might not be a bad time for it. Fur wide to the left. And they're going to give it to Stevenson. Crosses midfield, breaks into the open at the 45 to the 40 to the 39-yard line.
Man, I wish Stevenson could have planted that inside foot that time and bounced outside once he broke the line, because I don't think nobody would have caught him.
Another heirloom legal 1st and 10 for the Pottsville Apaches. Well, that was almost a shot play, wasn't it?
It was. Stevenson did a great job. I'm telling you, he did a great job. If he could have just had that one step outside, I think he would have taken that one to the house.
Yep. Play clock ticking down on the Apaches. It's going to be about 13 by the time they get to the line of scrimmage. And I don't think they'll get the play off. They might. Motion man comes left to right. Bauxite jumps into the neutral zone. Maybe a little bit of a hard count there by Eli Nason, you think?
Yeah.
The call is encroachment on Bauxite.
Be surprised what a hard cadence can do.
That sure worked well there.
It can move the football. And it just did.
Boy, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Very good football game tonight on a high school football Friday night. After 3, the Bauxite Miners 17, Pottsville Apaches 14. We're back in 30 seconds.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
Mom and Dad, if your son is playing in this football game, give him the morning off because they're going to be sore. Both teams have really played hard. Both teams have dished out and taken big, big hits. It's the boys' fall for you tonight, and it's been a fun one. We go to the start of the fourth quarter. Bauxite leads 17-14. The Apaches have the ball at the Bauxite 34. And it's going to be a give straight ahead. Villarreal cuts it outside, has room across the 35 or the 25, cuts it back inside to the 20-yard line. Bryson Villarreal with a nice carry for the Apaches and another Heirloom Legal first down.
Yeah, hang on to the football. Hang on to the football. You know, Steve, back in the day, we would use stick 'em. If you got some stick 'em on the sideline, put it on the ball carrier's hand right now.
Boy, no joke. That stuff's not legal anymore, is it?
No, I don't think so. But
it might be fun.
Super glue works.
There you go. 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line for the Apaches. And they give across the 20 to the 18 to the 17. Villarreal, the ball carrier, with plus yardage again. Where are they going to spot that down? Yeah, they did spot at the 17, didn't they?
Yep.
So Pottsville, after the pass interception, trying to capitalize on the turnover. But you know what? The Miner defense has done a good job preventing Pottsville from capitalizing on turnovers too. Both defenses have really worked hard tonight. 2nd down and about 6. Counter is going to be met in the backfield. What a big hit by Bauxite. Nico Ibarra, the ball carrier, and he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, and he's shaking up. He got popped in the jaw on that one.
They are going to spot the ball back at the 23-yard line. It's a clean hit, but Ibarra is down.
Trainers are going out. Coach Russ is going out.
All right, well, Nico Ibarra is down at the 20-yard line. I think what might have happened is when he got hit, his ankle, one of his blockers had gotten rolled up on that ankle, and then he got hit. The ankle wouldn't give. Timeout on the field with 10:40 left to go in the ball game. Bauxite 17, Pottsville 14. As Nico Ibarra does come to the near side.
Yeah, gingerly.
Yeah, but he can't. Yeah, he's not putting any weight at all on that left leg.
Yeah, we hope he's going to be okay.
Yeah. That will hurt. Also, it'll be a little tough on the Apache offenses. They're going to be facing 3rd down and almost 9 after that play lost 5 yards. 10:40 left to go in the ball game. Miners 17, Pottsville 14. So I'm wondering from here, I guess kind of depends on what this play does. If you don't pick up another yard, that would be a 37-yard field goal. I don't know if we have that available as a possibility or not. Landon McNeely enters the ball game on the offensive side of things. He'll come in at a tight end spot. Where's my skinny post?
Steve, I was about to call it. Come on, skinny post.
3rd down and 9 for the Apaches. Motion man who came in motion and then turned upfield too quickly, and that's a penalty flag.
Oh, man, we didn't need to back up.
Nope, but I'm afraid we're going to.
Sideline warning against
Oh, okay. So Bauxite called for a sideline warning. I was afraid Eli Atkins had turned up a little too quickly. It's good to be wrong. I don't mind being wrong about that one bit. From the 21-yard line, the Bauxite 21. 3rd down and 9 for the Apaches. Again, the flex bone. Give is to Villarreal. Spins inside the 20. Still spinning down to the 17-yard line. Well, what do you do here? It's going to be 4th down and about 4.
Steve, I think you line up and you go for it.
I think you do too, actually. I don't, because let's see. The ball is at the 17, so you would go back to the 24. That would still be a 34-yard field goal attempt. So it's going to be 4th down and about 5. Long way to go, but very makeable. Eli Atkins comes wide to the right. In fact, a trips formation to the right side. Snap to Nason. Screen pass coming. It's going to be complete at the 25, at the 20, the 15, the 10. I don't think he quite got the 1st down yardage. Now they're going to mark him down at the 13-yard line, and Villarreal just couldn't get there quickly enough.
Well, that was a good call, Steve. I like that screenplay, but you got to give hats off to the Bauxite Miners, Steve. They covered it well.
Yep. Well, they closed on it really well. That's
Yep.
that's where the speed advantage they have made a big difference. Picked up 3, but needed 5. Actually, he didn't end up getting as close as I thought he did. So 1st and 10 Miners after a good defensive play by Bauxite. They're going to snap it to Farrell. He's going to come to the right side. Speaking of speed, he cuts it back in at the 20, hits open field at the 30, up to the left sideline. He's at midfield. The Apaches are going to catch him, but at about the 40-yard line as that play is going to flip the field.
Wow.
Well, and that's the big difference in the game, the speed of Bauxite.
Yep.
They're just faster than we are. You know, it's not much you can do about that.
Well, Steve, you know, I heard a coach say this one time, you can't coach speed.
That's right.
You know, you can coach a lot of things, but speed, either you got it or you don't.
And I don't. And Bauxite does. They have it a 1st and 10 in Pottsville side of the field. And Farrell, the ball carrier. He's going to be stopped considerably shorter game this time, but he's still going to pick up 4 yards. Down to the 35. Bauxite with a lead of 17-14. 9:13 to play in the game. Pottsville has had to rely on their defense the entire night. They've got to be tired. They show blitz. Farrell gets good lead blocking. Gets to the 30, cuts it back into the 29 to the 28-yard line. I'm thinking the Miners are going to kind of put this game on the shoulders of their quarterback, Hunter Farrell.
Well, Steve, with that 3-point lead right now with 8:59 left in the ball game, Steve, that's exactly what they're doing.
That gain was about 10. Farrell out of the shotgun, takes the snap. Here he comes up the middle at the 15 to the 14 to the 12. And Farrell is feeling it now. And Bauxite's going to really speed things up. They've got Wimberly lined up in the backfield. He takes the direct snap, brings it up to the 10, and then down to the 9-yard line. No, that's Wimberly, the ball carrier again. He gets down to the 10. Carry coming to the near side, bouncing it outside. The Apaches with a good pursuit will stop the play at about the 7. That time it was Noah Britton, the ball carrier. And this is interesting. I wonder if Farrell got hurt or something. No, there he is. He's on the field. Ball will be at the 7-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. And this, I would think, would be 2-down territory. Play clock is down to 14. Bauxite still doesn't have a play in yet. They're going to have to use a timeout here. Play clock down to 5. Yeah, Bauxite's going to take a timeout. 7:38 left to go in the ball game. 17-14. The lead belongs to the Miners. They'll be facing a 3rd and 3 at the Apache 7 when we return after this 30-second timeout.
Hey, Brett.
You made it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mole receivers, Mark and Antonio, they want to hear more about fave rates.
Oh, right. Well, with Farm Bureau fave rates, you get a great auto quote, plus local agents and fast, friendly claims.
Nice.
Hey.
Should we warn them?
Oh, that's broken.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
Sorry.
Totally worth it.
First time out of the half used by the Miners. Be interesting to see what they set up here on 3rd down and 3 from the 7. It is not goal to go. Direct snap is high. Bauxite comes up with it, tackled at the 10-yard line. That was a direct snap intended to Jack Richards, but it was too high. Richards did a nice job retreating. Picked it up and then brought it up the field. He stopped at the 11. It's going to be 4th down and about 9. And is Bauxite going to kick or they're going to go for this? Looks like that's the offense still on the field, isn't it, on 4th down and 9. And I think Bauxite's going to use another timeout, and that makes perfect sense because this is a big, big play coming. 6:56 as the clock is still running. Stop the clock. Timeout on the field by Bauxite. 17-14. Miners with the lead. They'll have a 4th down. And it's going to be 4th down and about 9, maybe 8. And it does look like they're going to go for this. What do you think, Jim? Gutsy call here.
It's a gutsy call, Steve, but, they come here to win, and they've got a lead right now. And so if they don't make it, they still got a lead. And Pottsville would have to drive the length of the field with 6:55 left in the ball game.
Let's see. Yeah, 3 points doesn't really make that big a difference, does it? Because it would make it 20-14, and a touchdown and point would require the point after. Of course, you still would have from here, from the 7, it'd be a 24-yard field goal. We'll see what Bauxite has decided to do. Yep, they're going to try it. Yeah, I kind of think this is the right call, actually. Ryan Cantrell will be out to attempt the field goal. It's a 29-yard field goal attempt. The snap is good. The kick is on the way. It's a low-line drive, but it is through, and it is good. So with 6:55 left to go in the ball game, your new score, Bauxite 20, Pottsville 14. We're back in 30 seconds.
We see you. Your incredible potential and willpower set you apart. You're first to take that leap of faith. First to get to work. First to solve the problem. No burden should be carried alone. We'll be there. Every step, day, challenge. First is your destiny. We get it because first is who we are.
Ryan Cantrell will handle the kicking chores for the Dr. K Dentistry kickoff. 6:55 to play in the ball game, and in spite of the way everything has gone with turnovers and penalties, Pottsville can still rescue this game. The defense did hold Bauxite to just 3 there. High short kick should give the Apaches good field position. It's picked up at the 30. And tackled right at the 32-yard line. So Pottsville 1st and 10 from their own 32. Pottsville has 6:48 and 2 timeouts to go, and they need 7 points.
Yeah, that was Tyler Davis on the kick return.
From the 33-yard line, 1st down and 10, Pottsville. You have time, even with a run-oriented offense. Can't really afford any mistakes here as Eli Nason leads the offense to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Here comes our version of the flanker screen. That is going to fall incomplete. Colby Stevens couldn't haul that one in. I'm not sure he was going to go anywhere anyway. Bauxite had that covered pretty well.
Steve, they did.
43 seconds left to go as the clock stops on the incompletion. Nason kind of floated that ball out there, and Bauxite's defense is way too fast for that. Wide out comes to the near side. I think that may be Landon McNeely. 2nd down and 10, Apaches from their own territory. Nason takes the handoff, and yellow flags fly all over the place, which is kind of sad because Villarreal was going to have a very good game. Well, once again, an illegal procedure call, I guess, on Pottsville as the Apaches back up 5 yards on the false start. 2nd down and 15. Ball is moved backwards to the 28 on the 2nd and 15. 2014, Bauxite with the lead. 6:43 to play. Trips formation to the left side. And only 2. Now they get a 3rd out here to cover. Another screen coming. This one's going to be complete to Eli Atkins. Atkins brings it up across the 25 to the 27 of the 28. Tackle is made by Bauxite's Jorge Acosta. The 28-yard line. Pick up maybe a yard or 2. Trips to the right side this time. Nason in the shotgun. Takes the low snap, comes up with it. And are they going to say he was down? No, the penalty flag on the far side. Again, another false start on the Apaches. So that's going to cost the Apaches 5 yards. Be 3rd down and 20 from the 23-yard line. Well, you don't necessarily have to try to pick up the whole thing here. You'd like to try to get down to where it was manageable. Shotgun snap. Pass over the middle is going to be complete at the 40 to the 41-yard line. That was a good play there.
Well, Steve, that was a fantastic play.
Eli Atkins got the catch. He's at the 40-yard line. Pickup of 17 on the completion. It's going to bring up 4th down and 3.
That was probably one of the prettiest balls I've seen Nason throw the entire year. Man, he threw a dart.
Put it right on target, and it arrived just as his intended receiver was turning around and ready for it. So big 4th down play coming here for this ball game. 4th down and 3. And they're going to give it to Villarreal. He fumbles the football, and Bauxite's going to fall on it.
Wow.
Well, no, are they going to say he was down? Well, it's not going to matter. He's going to be down short of 1st down yardage.
I don't know, Steve. See where they spot this.
They're going to spot it at the 43. Yeah, this is going to be close, Jim.
This is going to be very close.
43 was the line to gain. He may have it by the nose of the football. They're going to say it is an heirloom legal 1st down.
Wow.
I think methinks Pottsville may have caught a break on that.
Me's know that they did. I'm telling you, Steve. Wow.
So the Apaches pick up a big heirloom legal 1st down. What a nice pitch and catch from Nason over the middle to set that up. Pottsville again show trip. Back to pass is Nason, and that's going to be intercepted. way overthrown. Bauxite brings it back to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. I'm not sure who that pass was intended for, but it definitely sailed. 26-14 as Ryan Cantrell comes on to attempt the point after. And the point after touchdown by the Miners is good. 5:12 left to go in the ball game. Bauxite 27, Pottsville 14, but we have a stoppage of play. Was there another penalty or something?
Yeah, there's one, Steve, right in the center of the field, about the 5-yard line.
All right, so penalty flag on the field. I'm thinking the point after will count, and they'll mark it off, I guess, on the ensuing Dr. K Dentistry kickoff. 5:12 left to go in the ball game. Pottsville trailing 26-14, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables. But last week, I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Pick up your trash and put it in the nearest trash can, please. And need all members of the tennis and golf teams to meet at the concession stand at the conclusion.
5:12 left to go in the ball game. 27-14. Unsportsmanlike conduct was the penalty against Pottsville, so Cantrell will kick the ball out of the end zone, and Pottsville will take over 1st and 10 there. Want to give a shout-out to Coach Lee and the golf team as they're going to be competing in the state tournament in Hot Springs on Monday. 1st and 10. From the 20-yard line for the Apaches. So it looks like Bauxite is going to break the log jam of 2-1 records in the conference by improving to 3-1, barring a miracle by the Apaches. 27-14 is the score. Nason out of the empty backfield set. A little late getting Boade onto the field. Now he's there. Nason back to pass, rolls to the right. He's going to keep it. Gets to the 20-yard line before being driven out of bounds near the line of scrimmage. Basically no gain on the play.
No gain.
Tough one for the Apaches here, Padre.
Yeah, Steve, it is. You know, we had that opportunity, but, you know, sometimes that's how it goes. You know, you're trying to move the ball down the field, and they picked it off and took it back to the house, and that really changed the ball game.
Yep, that kind of ended it. Boy, you had some momentum, too, after a long pass completion and then a first down run on 4th down where, you know, frankly, you caught a kind of a break on that play. And then on the very next one, the Bauxite defense comes up with the interception.
But they're still playing hard. You know, you got to give our Apaches that. They're still playing hard.
Tackle at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd down and 9 with 4:49 to go in the ball game. Miners 27, Pottsville 14. Well, the Apaches still have a shot at making the state playoffs, but it's going to be tough. Next couple of games on the road. We've got to go to Central Arkansas Christian next week, and then the week after that tough road trip to Lamar.
So next week is the Olive Garden game. Is that what
Yep.
you said?
Battle of the breadstick.
Yeah.
Nason brings it up the field and has his pass over the middle, intercepted by the Miners. Return to the 30-yard line. I think the pass was intercepted by Robert Scudder of the Miners. 4:15 left to go in the ball game. And by the way, margin of victory does matter when you're talking about playoff
it does, Steve.
seedings. So Bauxite's going to have to they're going to have to play this one like they're trying to put it in the end zone. High snap to Farrell, does a nice job of bringing it down, keeps it, turns the corner himself at the 15 to the 10. May have got down to the 5-yard line. Bauxite first down. Farrell takes the shotgun snap, brings it right up the middle. He's into the end zone for a Bauxite touchdown. From 7 yards out. Not the kind of homecoming you wanted.
Steve, it's not, and of course, like I said, this ball game it's a whole lot closer than what that scoreboard says. Everything kind of the tide turned for the Bauxite Miners here in the fourth quarter, and score now with this PAT it'll make it 34-14.
Cantrell's kick is on the way, and it splits the upright good. 3:57 left to go in the game. It is Bauxite 34, Pottsville 14, and we are back in 30 seconds.
There comes a time in all of our lives when we need the help of legal services. Well, let Leah Jacobs at Heirloom Legal at 425 North Church Street in Atkins be your go-to when you are needing assistance. If you're needing a will or a trust, maybe you're helping an elder parent with Medicaid issues, or planning on opening a brand new business, maybe you have another legal need. Jacobs can help you plan your next step. That's Heirloom Legal, helping families build and protect their legacy through estate, elder, and business planning. Call 501-819-2553, and walk-ins are welcome.
Tough night in homecoming for the Pottsville Apaches as they trail this game 34-14. This was a close game at the half, 10-7, and Pottsville actually took a lead with a touchdown in the third quarter, but since that point it has been all Bauxite. The Miners kick it off to the Apaches. Return coming across the 20 to the 28-yard line. And that's where the play will be marked dead. Eli Atkins. Excuse me, number 21, Tyler Davis. Tyler Davis with the return. Sorry, my mind is cooked. I probably had too many pepperonis at lunch. 34-14, Bauxite. Pottsville has it first and 10 at their own 26-yard line, I should say, after the Dr. K Dentistry kickoff. Well, I think at this point you probably go back and work on some stuff out of your base offense.
Yeah, Steve, that's what you want to end on something positive. And
Pottsville tries to get the corner, Colby Stevenson, but he's tracked down on the near side by a couple of Bauxite defenders. Play is going to lose about 5. Back to the 21. Tackle made by Bauxite's Jorge Acosta. So we need to come up with an Apache player of the game. I'm thinking probably Bryson Villarreal. He's got to be over 100 yards rushing for the Apaches.
Yeah, Steve, and he had a touchdown pass, and or not Villarreal, but yes, Bryson's had a good game, number 7.
So I think everyone is in agreement. We'll name number 7, Bryson Villarreal, our player of the game. Bauxite called for the penalty here as we have 3:07 to play in the game. So the Apaches are going to have to come up with at least one conference win. Last report we had, Haskell Harmony Grove was leading Lamar at Lamar. Nason under center takes the snap. Gives it to the fullback. Gets up to the 28 to the 29-yard line. Bo Ade in the backfield. We've not seen Nico Ibarra since he kind of got an ankle rolled up on. Short gain on the play makes it 3rd down and about 8. 2:20 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, Ibarra, he's still on the sideline, Steve, and they've had the team trainer down there looking at him, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
Neely comes wide to the left side. Jackson Furr wide to the right. And the quarterback keeps it, crosses the 29 to the 30-yard line. Or excuse me, they give us to Colby Stevenson, who got close to the 30-yard line, but there is a penalty marker right on the 30. So we'll see what the officials call here with 2:03 left to go in the game. So we congratulate Bryson Villarreal, our player of the game for the Apaches tonight. Bauxite called for the personal foul. I did not see what happened, nor do I care to speculate. Tell you the one thing I do know, that the officials are going to mark off 15 yards here. We'll move it out to the 44-yard line, and it looks like Bauxite is going to pick up their third conference win on the year. They'll improve to 3-1. Pottsville will fall to 2-2. Well, you got that conference road win at Mayflower, and you're feeling pretty good about that. Yep. And then, you drop a tough one at home. 34-14, Miners with 1:45 to go. Nason back to pass, looks one way, then the other, and this pass is going to be picked off once again by Bauxite.
He was trying to put that ball into Landon McNeely that time and just came up a little short, but McNeely became a defensive back and stopped number 44 there for the Bauxite Miners from taking that one to the house.
Robert Scudder with the interception for Bauxite. And let's see, what is the maximum on point differential? Is it 21? Something like that. So I think Bauxite has got that covered with 1:37 left to play in the game. They lead at 34-14. They're in the spread formation, and they're giving up the middle to the 49-yard line. Murdoch, the ball carrier, with 1:30 to play.
Yeah, it's Bo Ade on the tackle.
Miners are going to have a nice ride home. We do wish them a safe trip back home.
Yeah, hey, Steve, they played a good ball game tonight.
Yes, they did.
And this is a very good Bauxite football team. And so hats off to their coaching staff and the football players, their band, all the fans that made the trip down from Bauxite to Pottsville tonight. Just we do wish them well and the rest of the season, and hope they have a safe drive home tonight.
And now Bauxite's going to drop back in the victory formation with 54 seconds left to go. Yeah, you got some road construction to face going toward Bauxite, don't you?
Yeah.
So we'll pray for safe journeys for the bus drivers and all of the parents and everyone heading back to Miner country as they take a knee after that snap. They'll have to snap it one more time. 34-14 is going to be your final score. The Apaches will turn their attention to CAC for next week's game. We need to leave, what, about noon?
I think noon. What time does Olive Garden open, Steve?
Noon.
Well, listen.
I don't know.
Soup and salad, all you can eat. Hey, breadsticks.
All I can eat.
Yeah.
That's a bunch.
Yeah.
As the final play will bring this game to a close. The Bauxite Miners win it 34-14 over the Pottsville Apaches. We'll come back and wrap it up after this 1-minute timeout. You're with Pottsville Apache football on the Arkansas Sports Network.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Let's go, Dr. K, let's go. Braces are Invisalign, let's go. Let's go, Dr. K, let's go. Trust her as your ortho, let's go. Let's go, Dr. K, let's go.
Pottsville falls to the Miners of Bauxite 34-14. Pottsville had an early 7-0 lead on their first possession of the ball game. Bauxite took a 10-7 lead at the half. The Apaches then were able to score on their first possession of the second half, but unfortunately for Apache fans, that was the last points of the ball game that Pottsville will score. Too many turnovers by the Apaches. My count is unofficial, but I believe Pottsville turned the ball over 8 times. I think 4 interceptions and 4 fumbles, and it's tough to win when you turn the ball over 8 times. Brother Jim, your final thoughts on this ball game?
Steve, it was a tough night for the Apaches. As you said, turnovers really hurt us, especially the pick 6 here in the fourth quarter. You know, we had a chance to go down and maybe even take the lead. And, of course, when you get behind in the fourth quarter, you're trying to do some desperate things. And hats off to Bauxite, Steve. They're a very good football team. And congratulations to them.
Yeah, the Miners certainly deserve this win. That is for sure. Thank you to Heirloom Legal, Cole Construction, McNeely Plumbing, Roy's Heating and Air, Dr. K Dentistry, Diamond Ridge Construction, Mahan Appraisal, and Arkansas Tech University. Bryson Villarreal is our player of the game, brought to you by McNeely Plumbing in tonight's contest. We'll see if perhaps he qualifies for the Tyson Player of the Week on the Arkansas Sports Network. For Justin Smith, who handled all of our video productions, Jim Huffman, appreciate your work tonight.
Thank you, sir.
I'm Stephen Glenn. Again, bad news for Apache fans as the Miners win it 34-14. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, so long, everybody.